Among the many groups represented at the 2020 Drum Corps International Winter Meetings and Rules Congress is the Instep Committee. Genevieve Geisler is the chair of that committee. She's also the co-corps director of the Blue Coats. You've already gotten together once so far, and I know you've got more meetings planned. Before we get into exactly what you've got planned for this weekend, give us the history of Instep. What is Instep?
Well, Instep is a committee that was started a couple years ago. A group of directors and other stakeholders got together, and we thought that it would be a great idea to form a committee and give a place for advocacy for increasing women's opportunities to participate and to lead within the activity. So that's how Instep was born a couple of years ago. And since then, we've been working together to bring ideas to the DCI Board of Directors, the voting membership, and work with networking of women across the marching arts activity to try to increase the number of women participating at all levels, from membership to staff to administrators to executive directors and the board of directors itself, and also to provide more opportunities for women who are already involved to become leaders in their field.
What kind of events has that translated into?
We've had several events. Some of them have been over the various DCI seasons, at finals and some of the big regionals, opportunities to network or for people to get together, either amongst themselves, people participating in the activity, or with a couple of our off-season events at the Midwest Clinic and other places. We invite college band directors, high school band directors, people that are part of other marching arts activities but maybe aren't involved in drum corps or aren't involved anymore, to network with some of the leaders in the activity in hopes of spreading our outreach for our members and job postings and leadership positions to a group of people who's well qualified but perhaps isn't currently involved.
What kind of engagement have you seen?
I think it's been really great. We had a big event. It's our second annual event at the Midwest Clinic last month, and we had over 150 people attend. So I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from that, and I think it's really great. Yeah, we had a speaker, Lisa Tatum, who's a graduate student at LSU, and she's the caption head, the brass caption head at the Academy. We had her as a speaker, and Dr. Andrea Brown, who is Associate Director of Bands at the University of Maryland as part of our committee, was there to speak and interact with people as well, along with her group, Women Rising to the Podium. And I think it really is building, awareness that there are careers available, viable careers available, and the DCI, is something that is available to, further your career as a woman in the marching arts.
Being involved with the Midwest Clinic, I mean, that's adds credibility to Instep, and really would seem like that'd be a great place to do some recruiting.
Yeah, for sure. And for me, we had a lot of, for me and other directors, we had a lot of directors of all various corps there. I personally got a chance to meet people I never would have met before that are really, highly placed in their profession, but just in education rather than within DCI itself.
Let's talk a little bit about the meeting that you already had on Wednesday. I know that Chris Comnick, the director of the Madison Scouts, came in and gave a little report to the Instep committee about the integration of women into the Madison Scouts. How did that go?
It was really informative. We decided to start our committee meeting off with that. Just, we talk a lot about how do we diversify, how do we add diversity, gender diversity, and other types of diversity within groups in DCI. Again, from the membership level all the way to the highest levels of your employees and staff. And, the Madison Scouts just did the experiment for us,
right.
Which was really interesting to see exactly how many women they had try out. A lot, and they also had, they're not quite finished with their evaluation process, but they're looking like they're going to have quite a high percentage of women on par or even a little bit higher than average across all corps.
Oh, wow.
I thought that was really interesting. And then he also talked to us about some changes that they've made to their hiring practices. They opened up their hiring practices for all positions other than the design team to open applications. Certainly people that were already in the positions were already, were able to apply, and some were rehired.
So they re-vetted everybody on the staff?
They did, and they opened it up and got, he said, nearly 200 applications for the various positions. And in doing so, that's one way of intentionally reaching out to be more inclusive to people that are outside the old boys network of people that are already working for you.
Do you feel like women are making inroads
Yes.
right now?
I really do. I think there's still, of course, a lot of work to be done, but certainly just as one example, in the past couple of years, when we started Instep, there were like between 0 and 2 women around the voting membership table in the DCI Board of Directors, or the seconds, that each corps brings, and now there are several. I mean, I think that's a big difference at the highest levels of the activity. I think that inroads are harder to make at certain levels that, like for instance, designer of top 12 corps is not a position that turns over a lot. I think the turnover in the leadership of a lot of corps that's happened recently, generationally mostly, has made it so there are more opportunities. So where I think we have more work to do is to continue to find ways for drum corps to reach out to women who might not already be involved when they're doing their hiring processes or when they're doing their search for members. And that's the question I get a lot, and that's something that we're working on, providing more opportunities and ways for people to know how to reach out when they want to do so.
What does Instep have planned for 2020?
Well, for 2020, the first thing we have planned is several presentations at this meeting itself. So we've brought a speaker, Dr. Caroline Hand. She's the Associate Director of Bands at Ball State University, and she, along with me, are going to be doing a presentation on Saturday to the voting membership, Board of Directors, and the instructors who are here about how to build hire and then build women leaders amongst your staff. So that you can kind of, know what pitfalls might occur and know, the importance of why is it important to have gender diversity amongst your staff and leadership, and also, to give people tools to help make the women who already work for them more successful at becoming leaders within their organization, and how that can benefit both the woman herself, of course, but also all the members and stakeholders within the membership and organization that they're working with. So we're also going to be speaking to the drum majors. I'm Lindsay Vento, who's graciously joined our committee as an instructor advocate. She and I are going to be speaking to the drum majors about what Instep has been doing, but also what it's like to work as a woman in the activity. And as a designer, I think she has a really important role to play, because one of the most important things I think that we can do is make it show women who are succeeding at perhaps unusual jobs within the activity, and let women or girls who are younger right now know that that's a career path they can go down. So I think that'll be a really important talk for her to have with the drum majors. And then we're also going to be doing a report to both the voting membership and the open class directors about our activities, and something new we're starting called the I Am Instep Pledge that each corps can take, showing what progress or what steps they're willing to take to promote gender diversity within their organization.
How much longer are you going to be at the helm of Instep?
As long as they'll have me, I'm happy to do it. So I think it's it's been a great opportunity for me to get to know a lot of people across all levels of the activity. So that's been really valuable personally, and I really truly believe in this idea, and I'm personally invested in making a difference on this front, I guess, within the activity.
Genevieve, thank you so much for getting us caught up on Instep.
Sure thing.
Hey, Dan Potter.
And Jeff Griffith with the DCI News Network.
From the rules proposals to the Drum Major Leadership Summit, we are covering it all at the Drum Corps International Winter Meetings.
Yeah, you can follow along on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and of course, our website, dci.org.
Make sure you leave us your comments and join in the conversation.